Hello! Alright guys, we have a special set of guests today because I'm having to film this on Wednesday because I'm going to be out tomorrow. So look.
Oh, it's upside down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, is it going to be me?
Okay. So I'm going to be out tomorrow and so I'm filming this early, and since my awesome 8th period was really fast day and we went going over their tests, we're filming it in class. So hello, tell them hi. Yeah, they're going to be super quiet though. Okay, so, but now they're going to be quiet and we're going to turn it back normal. There we go. Okay, so we're going to be finding the circumference in the area of circles. We're heading into circles. Okay, so there are two formulas that we can use to find circumference. We're going to write circumference out. Circumference. Circumference. Okay, there's two formulas. We note circumference with a big C. So C can equal, stop auto zooming, stop it. Okay, C can equal D times pi. We'll talk about those parts in just a little bit. And it can also, you can also find circumference using the formula 2r times pi. If you look at these two formulas, you'll see, if you know anything about circles, which you should, we've already talked a little bit about this, that you know that these are really linked anyways, because 2 radii, which is the plural of radius, makes a diameter. So if you have a diameter, you just multiply that by pi. If you just have the radius, you multiply the radius by 2 and then multiply that by pi. But these are the same thing essentially. Okay? So let's do example number 1. We're going to find the circumference, and I'm just going to abbreviate this, circumference to the nearest hundredth. Okay? So we have a circle. Circles are super fun to draw. Not really. Some people are really good at it. I'm not the best. And I'm going to give you this time the diameter, which is 8 inches. 8 inches is the diameter. So we can just put that down here. Diameter equals 8. You know it's the diameter because it goes all across the circle. And if you want to remember, if you get confused, which is the radius, which is diameter, which is the longest word. Diameter is the longer word, so diameter is the whole length across. It's longer than the radius. The radius is only half the diameter. It's a shorter word. That's how I remember it. So we know our formula is D times pi, and we're going to use 3.14. We know pi is a number that never ends. It's non-terminating decimal. But today, for this purpose, we're going to use the hundredth. We're going to just use 3.14. So we're going to fill in what we have here. I'll switch colors just so you can see the difference. Trying to find C. We know the diameter is 8. Okay. And then pi is 3.14. Alright. So you can just do that simple math. 3.14 times 8. And you would answer that. It was 32. And 25.12, and we're already to the nearest hundredth, two numbers after the decimal. So our circumference is 25.12. Remember to put that unit back on there at the end, and there's your answer, 25.12. So that was a pretty easy problem there. Okay, so let's do another example, and this time I'm going to give you the radius. Example 2. Alright. The radius of a sprinkler is 14 feet. It's a 1. Okay, it's 14 feet. We need to find the circumference. Find circumference. Okay, so if you want to see what this looks like drawn out, here's the radius, and that's 14 feet. So R is 14. For good measure, we could find out what the D is. What's the D? You can answer out loud. 28. Well, it's diameter, but it's 28. It's 2 times the radius. Good. Alright, so we could use either formula, but since we pretty much just did, well, we'll say 2R. Okay, let's do 2R pi since we didn't use that one last time. You already did 2R right there. You multiplied the radius by 2. So 2R is the same as 28 here because R is 14. And then we're going to multiply that by pi, which is 3.14. Okay. Now we have 38 times 28, times 3.14. I like to do my big numbers at the top, like that. And for time's sake, I'm just going to tell you the answer. You could work on that math if that helps you. But you would get 87.92. So down here, we're going to go back and put C equals 87.92. And the unit that we had up here was feet. So we're going to include that in our final answer. Okay? Now, we're going to do one more example, and this time I'm going to give you the circumference, and I'm going to want you to tell me what the diameter is. See if we can work that way with the formula. So, circumference of the pond is 628 feet. 628 feet. The radius. Oh wait, you don't know what that is. Okay, so all you know is that the circumference is 628 feet. Find the diameter. My pen is dying. Okay, so if we look at our formula says C equals D times pi. Well, we know pi is 3.14. We know the circumference is 628, so I'm going to put that in. We don't know D, so we're just going to keep that at D. Now this is just like an equation where you're trying to solve for x. We just try to get D by itself. So what we're going to do here is we're going to divide 3.14 on both sides because it's multiplication that's holding it together over here. That cancels out, and all you're left with is 6.28 divided by 3.14. 628 divided by 3.14. It will go into 628 2 times, and that is 628 exactly. Such nice numbers. You get a 0. Bring down your 0. Oh, wait. Oh, we have to add a 0. And you'll just keep going with 0. Okay. Okay. So, anyways, you would get, to shorten the time here, I'm trying not to take all your time, you would get that the diameter is 200. It's 200 feet. So, that's our answer. So you might have to manipulate your formula, put in what you have, and solve for the missing part. It's just like doing an equation. And I'm just going to go ahead and give you another formula, but we're not going to talk about it as much. But you might have to use it tomorrow in your lesson. I'll be here on Friday. Now I want to go ahead and give it to you. And we're just going to make a little thing on the side here. Area. The area of a circle is pi times radius squared. Ooh, exponents. Just the same as pi times the radius times the radius. Just make a note of that, and we'll kind of talk about that a little bit when we come in on Friday. So, have a good Thursday night on a Wednesday night. And my 8th period wants to tell you something. Go ahead.
You should like and subscribe. Do it. Or I'll find you and hunt you down.
No one's going to really hunt you down, but they want to tell you to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, that's right. Math with Wacky Miss Hogg. I am pretty wacky. Thank you.
Is this still going?
Yeah, it's still going.
It's still going.
Bye.
Oh, I love you.
We're getting crazy.